Most people will never be rich. Not because they aren't smart enough, not because they weren't born into the right family, not because the world is against them, but because of one thing, one silent thing that nobody ever talks about. They never gave themselves permission. Think about where you are right now. You have a stable income. You have people around you who care. You are not in the worst situation, and you know that. You remind yourself of that every single day. So why does this feeling keep coming back? This quiet voice, this uncomfortable truth, that this is not everything, that you were made for more than this. Here is what that feeling really is. It is not ingratitude. It is not greed. It is awakening. And most people spend their entire lives running from it because wanting more feels dangerous. It feels selfish, especially when you come from a family that didn't have much, when you watched people around you struggle, when you were taught, be grateful, work hard, don't ask for too much. That lesson kept you safe, but that same lesson is now keeping you small. And it was never really yours to begin with. It was handed to you by people who were handed it to. Look at the people closest to you. What do they believe is possible? What do they settle for? What do they never dare to dream about? Because here is an uncomfortable truth. Your environment is programming you every single day, silently, consistently, without asking your permission. The beliefs of the people around you become your beliefs. Their ceiling becomes your ceiling. Their version of enough becomes your version of enough. And you don't even realize it's happening. This is the Matrix. Not a movie, not a conspiracy, just the invisible wall built by other people's limitations that most people never question, never challenge, never break through. And what does staying inside that wall really cost? It costs mornings, waking up already dreading what the day holds. It costs Sundays, that creeping anxiety before Monday arrives. It costs dreams, slowly replaced by routines. It costs purpose, that deep unanswered question, why am I actually here? And eventually, it costs everything. Because a life lived inside someone else's limitations is not a life. It is a performance of a version of you that was never really you. Here is something most people never consider. Think about two people, same city, same background, same opportunities, same starting point. 5 years later, one of them is building something they love, waking up with purpose, creating income on their own terms. The other is still in the same job, same routine, same Sunday anxiety. What was the difference? It was not luck. It was not talent. It was not connections. One of them made a decision, a quiet decision, alone, in an ordinary moment, that they were no longer willing to accept the life that was handed to them. That is it. That is the entire difference. One decision, one moment, one permission slip they gave themselves that nobody else could give them. Because here is the truth that most people are never told. Waiting for the right moment is the most expensive thing you will ever do. Every year you wait, the dream gets quieter. Every year you wait, the comfort zone gets stronger. Every year you wait, the version of you that believed in more gets smaller. There is no right moment. There is only now. And the decision you make right now about what you believe you deserve will determine everything that comes next. So here is the truth that changes everything. There are no special people. There are no chosen ones. No one was born lucky. There are only two kinds of people in this world. Those who listen to everyone else's opinion about what their life should look like, and those who don't. That is the only difference between the person living the life you want and the person watching them. Not talent, not luck, not connections, just permission, a decision, made alone, in a quiet moment, that everything is about to change. Give yourself that permission today, not tomorrow, not when things are perfect, not when you feel ready. Today, you are allowed to want more. You are allowed to outgrow where you came from. You are allowed to fail. You are allowed to try again. You are allowed to build something that doesn't fit inside someone else's expectations. You are allowed to succeed. The life you want is not out of reach. It is out of habit. Change the habit. Change everything. The books that will start your transformation are in the description. Subscribe to Money Heretic because you didn't find this channel by accident, and this is just the beginning.